What is the importance of regular heartworm protection to us Canadians and our beloved animals, mainly the dogs? Well, let's first take a look at what heartworm disease actually is. Heartworm disease is a disease of the heart. These worms live in the pulmonary artery and just take over the heart. They feast on the oxygenated blood that is frequently pumped through the pulmonary artery. So this can be a very deadly disease, and they just take over. So what are the three main reasons to protect from this disease? This disease, for first, has been found in Canada. The heartworm love the hot regions. So our hot regions here in Canada, such as Ontario, Quebec, Manitoba, along with the Okanagan in BC, are hot spots for these microfilaria, the heartworm. So it is important that if you are traveling to one of these areas with your dogs, which I know many of us do, it is important to have this protection set up prior to going to these areas. That allows for complete protection of your dogs when they enter these areas. So if you do not do the regular annual heartworm protection, this includes giving a pill 1 month before you travel into the area and 1 month after you get back from the area. This will give sufficient amount of protection. So what is another reason for the regular heartworm protection? Well, this heartworm disease has becoming more prevalent in Canada. Many Canadians are now adopting from New Orleans, which was the area that was heavily affected with Hurricane Katrina, and the microfilaria love the hot weather, so that's one point where they loved it. And also the water that was sitting stagnant was very infested with the mosquitoes, which are the ones that pick up the microfilaria, the baby heartworm, and allow them to develop to become infectious to other dogs. So the dogs down in New Orleans are quite heavily infested with the heartworm, and Canadians it is now popular to adopt these dogs from New Orleans. So they are bringing the dogs back without realizing that these dogs can be heavily infested with this disease, which can be spread from those dogs, the infested dogs, to other dogs in the area. So this has become quite prevalent, and it is something to definitely watch for. So if your dog is already on an annual heartworm deworming plan, it helps to protect your dog as well as dogs around you, because if these baby heartworm are passed to your dog, these microfilaria can live in the bloodstream for up to 7 years, like we will discuss in the next point. So they are ready for other dogs, but if they have regular heartworm protection, this kills off the baby heartworm. So coming to our last point, these heartworm worms have long lifespans. The babies can live up to 7 years circulating in the bloodstream, waiting for that mosquito to pick them up so that they continue on in their the maturing stage, so that they can become infective to another dog. And also when the mosquito drops these infective baby worms into the dog's bloodstream, it takes about a year to a year and a half for them to migrate to the heart. So that's why annual heartworm protection is very important, because you can catch them at these stages, at these very important stages while they're migrating before they become really serious. Because if we deworm our animals while they are infested with the heartworm, when the heartworm has set its little home up in the pulmonary artery, it becomes very dangerous, because these heartworm can all release at one time and just clog up everything in the heart. So that's why it is important to deworm these dogs annually, because it can catch these worms at each stage. So the little babies in the bloodstream, the little babies migrating to the heart, it catches all of them and makes sure that everything is clear clear in the bloodstream from heartworm. So, wrapping up, it is important to deworm your dog for the heartworm protection annually, which includes a dose from May to October during the heartworm season, which is when the mosquitoes are thriving. So please deworm your dog for the heartworm annually. Thank you.